Have you been thinking of waiting until the spring to sell your home? You may want to think again. Keep watching to hear my thoughts on that. In my very humble opinion, the time to list your home for sale, if you have the ability to do so, is now. Quite frankly, there is very little good inventory available on the market right now, especially in that highly sought after, highly competitive price point of under $1 million. Now, many people assume that January is a bad time to list their home for sale, but the reality is the buyers are out there en masse, and because there's such little inventory available, they're all lining up for the same properties. Here's a perfect example. If you watched my video from last week, I told you about a house that had an incredibly steep staircase. Now, what I didn't tell you is the house was actually very cute, and there was a lot to like about it. On offer night for that property, 14 different buyers lined up to buy that house. So there's a perfect example of a house that is under that $1 million price point, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's a great starter home for somebody, and there is a lineup down the street of people wanting to buy that house. And one other point I'd like to make is that by far, the greatest number of new listings that we get typically from year to year would be in the springtime. So if you wait until the spring, you're much more likely to run into competition with other houses in your neighborhood that are also going to be for sale. So if you have the ability to, why not list now when there are plenty of buyers out there and very few houses to actually be purchased? So if you'd like to have a no strings attached, honest, open conversation about when to list your home for sale, please feel free to message me and I'd be happy to oblige. If you have a good relationship already with a realtor, I would encourage you to engage or re-engage with them the conversation about whether to wait until the spring or whether to list now so that you can talk about the pros and cons of both and whether the timing works out for you. I'm Harnish, Toronto Real Estate Navigator with Bosley Real Estate. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. I hope you're well, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.